Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here for the Berkeley City College 2025 commencement. Please take your seats as we begin. Before we begin the celebratory event, I would like to share the following general guidelines that we kindly ask all graduates, staff, and guests to adhere to so that we can enjoy today's ceremony. Please silence your cell phones. Keep the aisles clear for the entire program. We ask that you also be considerate of your fellow attendees and refrain from holding up signs or posters that may block the view of others. Thank you. Berkeley City's college mission is to provide our diverse community with educational opportunities, to promote student success, and to transform lives. The college achieves its mission through instruction, student support, and learning resources, which enables students to earn associate degrees and certificates, to attain college competency, careers, transfer, and skills for lifelong success. I would like to congratulate all our graduates for the important role you've played in helping us to fulfill our mission through your hard work and success. At this time, I'd like to introduce our president, Dr. Denise Richardson.
I just have to say, this is a beautiful day to graduate. Congratulations, class of 2025. I'd like to begin by acknowledging some truly distinguished guests. Joining me on stage today are individuals who have devoted their careers to making moments like this possible. Champions of education who are fully committed to serving our students each and every day. Our Chancellor, Dr. Tamil Gilkerson. Our Board of Trustees President, Louis Quinlan. Trustees Bill Withrow, Cindy Napoli Bellaris, and two of our student trustees, Sophia Parmigiani and Pierce Byrne, both of Berkeley City College. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I would also like to shine a light on our amazing administrators, faculty, and staff. Please stand. The impact that you have had on these graduates is immeasurable. Thank you for all that you do every day in support of students. Next, I want to take a moment to recognize the families, friends, and loved ones of our graduates. Your presence here today is a powerful testament not only to your support of these graduates, but to your commitment to sharing in the joy of this milestone moment. Your belief in them, your encouragement, and your sacrifices have helped bring them to this day. So today, we celebrate also the strength of love, family, and community. And now, to the graduating class of 2025. That's right. This is your moment to shine. Today, you step through a portal into a world of limitless possibility. The degree or certificate that you have earned signifies more than knowledge. It's a symbol of your perseverance, your resilience, and your readiness to lead. Education doesn't promise success, but it equips you for it. It teaches you to think critically, to adapt when life takes unexpected turns, to lead with courage when others look to you for direction, and to speak out when being silent would be much easier. Education empowers you not just with information, but with the confidence that you have the skills, the insight, and the resourcefulness to face any challenge and meet them with real solutions. And that is why how you use that power matters. I urge you, find a cause that feeds your spirit and pursue it with everything you have. Use your voice to stand for peace, to stand for justice, and to stand for the right of every person to live with dignity and the inalienable protections that affirm our shared humanity. Use your knowledge to protect education itself, to ensure that it tells the full story of who we are with truth, accuracy, and respect. Your class chose a powerful theme, blooming in resilience. That's more than a motto, it's a mindset. Education is growth, and growth often comes through challenge. Protect the integrity of your learning. Embrace technology like AI as a tool, not a crutch. Never let it replace the wisdom that only your lived experience can offer. The world needs your original thought, your insight, and your leadership now more than ever. Because education comes with responsibility, a true scholar doesn't just absorb knowledge, they share it. They teach as passionately as they learn. And teaching doesn't just happen in classrooms, it happens at home. It happens in workplaces, in quiet conversations, and moments of change. It happens everywhere. Graduates, we see you today. We see your brilliance, we see your resilience, and we see a future made brighter by everything that you bring into the world. You are the reason that this is one of the best jobs in the world. And celebrating all that you've accomplished on this beautiful Thursday morning not only fills me with immense pride, it is truly one of the highlights of my year. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world is ready and waiting for your vision, your voice, and the change that only you can bring. Now, it is my immense pleasure to invite to the podium our fearless leader, our esteemed Chancellor, Dr. Tamil Gilkerson.
Well, good morning, everyone. It was like a sad good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's go. Come on. Yes. President Richardson, our honorable trustees, the faculty and staff of Berkeley City College, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. It's a privilege to stand here today and celebrate all of you who have reached this extraordinary milestone. Today isn't just about diplomas or ceremonies. It's about the journey that brought you here and the strength it took to bloom along the way. The theme, as President Richardson said, blooming in resilience, could not be more fitting. Over the past few years, you've encountered uncertainty, change, and challenge. But what makes today remarkable isn't just that you got through it, it's how you grew through it. You've shown up, stood strong, adapted, and emerged transformed. You've bloomed not in always the most ideal conditions, but sometimes in difficult ones. And that's what makes your resilience so meaningful. I want to share something personal with you. Not long ago, when I felt overwhelmed and disheartened by the pace of change, by the weight of responsibility, by the restlessness and the relentlessness of the work, I was in a place where I was unsure. But standing in that moment of frustration, I knew what I had to do. I had to choose hope. Choosing hope means committing to the long journey, not just for one goal or one season, but for all the work that follows. It's a decision to believe that progress, however slow or fragile, is always worth the pursuit. Angela Davis once said, "You have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world, and you have to do it all the time." That quote echoes in me, and I see it in all of you, because hope, like resilience, is a choice we make over and over again. It's what keeps us standing after setbacks, and it's what pushes us to keep showing up, to stay rooted in our values, and to reach towards what's possible. And what gives me hope is this community. It's all of you who dreamed a dream and achieved it, faced adversity and kept showing up, who've supported one another, and who now carry the strength of that into the world. My hope comes from BCC student leaders like our student trustees, Pierce Byrne and Sophia Parmigiani, whose generosity and core belief in service has inspired me and others. I've seen the way they've ignited and encouraged and supported other students to consider leadership, to use their voices in times in service to something greater than themselves. And it's Hamali KC, your associated students of Berkeley City College president, whose energy, creativity, and collaboration create spaces for others to feel welcomed and valued in their expression of themselves. I am honored and awed to know each of you. And today, at a time when our nation faces a rising tide of attacks on truth, education, justice, and the fundamental right of every person to feel safe and seen in their full humanity, it's easy to feel uncertain and unsteady. In these moments, I'm reminded of sunflowers, even in the harshest storms, when the skies grow dark and the winds fierce. Sunflowers instinctively turn toward one another for strength. Beneath their bright faces, in deep interwoven root systems, one that keeps them grounded, they remind us that even in adversity, we can find strength in each other and hold fast to what anchors us. You, graduates, are like sunflowers blooming. You found a way to rise, to grow, and to shine, despite and often because of the pressures you've endured. You didn't just complete a curriculum, you demonstrated character. You didn't just pass tests, you proved perseverance. That is what makes today so meaningful. As you step forward into the next chapter, don't let go of the lessons that this journey has given you. Hold on to your resilience and keep choosing hope, not because it's easy, but because it's powerful. The world doesn't need perfection from you. It needs your courage, your integrity, and your commitment to keep growing. So here's to each of you, to your strength, to your spirit, your blooming resilience. Congratulations, class of 2025. Keep rising, keep blooming, and never stop choosing hope. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Gilkerson, for those inspiring and powerful remarks. Now it is my great pleasure to welcome to the podium the Honorable Louis Quinlan, President of Peralta's Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Good morning, everyone. Students, oh, excuse me, you're not students, you're graduates now. Members of our community, there's some people that really appreciate that. Members of our community, staff, everybody that made this event possible today, thank you. It's truly an honor to be with you today as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of the Berkeley City College class of 2025. I love going to our graduation ceremonies. My favorite part of each ceremony is hearing directly from our students. Your stories are truly inspiring. The things that many of you have overcome to get to this point is really, it brings joy to my heart. You give us a reason to celebrate. You are the reason what we do as educators. You are the reason the Peralta Community College exists. I'm going to go off my script here a little bit. What I would like to see is in 10 or 20 years, the leaders that you will be in our communities, the leaders that you will be in our workplaces. You are the future of this community, and I hope you take that obligation seriously, because so much depends on where you're going to go from here. Berkeley City College and other Peralta colleges are committed to providing quality, affordable education and fostering access to economic opportunity and mobility. You, this year's graduates, are living proof of that commitment. You have embraced the opportunities presented to you, whether career education, transfer pathways, or other studies, and are now poised to make meaningful contributions to our community and beyond. Remember the power of education to transform lives, and never stop seeking new knowledge and opportunities for growth. On behalf of the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees, I extend our sincerest congratulations to each graduate. We are incredibly proud of your accomplishments and excited to witness the bright futures ahead of you. Go forth, bloom even brighter, and make a difference in the world. Congratulations, Berkeley City College class of 2025.
Thank you for those uplifting words, Board President Quinlan. My name is Chris Lewis, and it's been my honor to serve as the interim Vice President of Instruction this past year at Berkeley City College. Shared governance plays a critical role in the successful operation of our college, and we are honored to have such dedicated faculty, classified professionals, and student leaders. We'd also like to give special thanks to Laney College for allowing us to use these facilities today, and especially to Laney staff Janice. Is Janice here? Let's give Janice an applause, please. Thank you. And Alejandro. Especially also the custodians and staff of Laney College who have helped facilitate the graduation here today. It's now my pleasure to invite Berkeley City College instructor, a man of history, Tim Rose, to come forward and provide remarks on behalf of the Academic Senate.
Thank you very much, VP Chris Lewis. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's graduates. I don't need to yell so loud. Now is not the time to rest on your laurels. There's work to be done. If, as those well-worn expressions go, knowledge is power and ignorance is bliss, then BCC graduates have indeed chosen the harder path. A life of mindless contentment might not be in the cards for you. As you've no doubt heard well many times before, with power comes responsibility. Surely these are the sort of bland pronouncements expected in run-of-the-mill commencement day addresses. But in our present moment, there is a real vitality invested in knowledge and an urgency regarding the power we possess. Considering all the many ways that the ideas and institutions that we hold sacrosanct are under assault, it is well nigh impossible to remain unprovoked. The current presidential administration is set about sowing chaos, disrupting established norms, harming the nation's most vulnerable with staggering ferocity. With so much terribleness swirling around us each day, it becomes difficult to discern which threats are most attention-worthy. With that disorienting swirl in mind, in my very brief comments today, I'll stay in my lane and focus on one particular threat, that being the federal government's ongoing assault on history. What is at stake here is nothing short of freedom of thought and personal empowerment. The current presidential administration, so dedicated to controlling so many aspects of national life, is actively engaged in harming the nation's shared memory. This president's first 4 years in office, he showed an obvious contempt for history with his unwavering commitment to ignore established historical narratives in favor of the country's founding mythologies. Since this past January, the administration has moved to dangerous ground. It is one thing to be ignorant or petty. It is something entirely different to be hostile. Through the process of defunding and pressuring institutions such as the Smithsonian, the National Park Service, the National Endowment for the Humanities, this administration seeks to erase, to bury our collective memory. History's untidy and uncomfortable truths remain, but people's knowledge of them is undone. And to be very clear, what I'm talking about here are not differences in interpretation of historical actors and events, but a coordinated attack on specified groups. Groups that were marginalized in the nation's traditional whitewashed historical narrative and egregiously misrepresented in the nation's myths are once again seeing their experiences and contributions deliberately diminished or obscured. The message is clear. They or you do not matter. They or you are not worth attention. To the people outside of these groups, the administration's actions come as nothing short of permissions to hate. Troubling provocations indeed, my friends. Here is our charge then, our call to arms, so to speak. Graduates, possessors of knowledge and responsibility, fight the purveyors of ahistoricity and ignorance. This is our debt to our past and promise to our future. It is our obligation to press against society's most influential and to protect society's most vulnerable. We will not abide anyone or any institution telling us that we do not matter. Knowledge is the antidote to such disregard, oppression, and control. So, let us use our knowledge and power to control our present in order to honor our past and protect our future. Thanks very much, graduates. Congratulations and go Owls.
Thank you, Dr. Tim Rose, for those powerful and very timely words. I'm now pleased to invite our EOPS Care Coordinator, Ramona Butler, to provide remarks on behalf of the Classified Senate.
Good morning, graduates. Good morning, distinguished guests and families and loved ones. I'm Ramona Butler, and I'm here to bring greetings on behalf of the classified professional staff of Berkeley City College. I asked about the theme of this year's graduation, and I was told, blossoming in resilience. Well, I asked myself, how are they related to the graduating class of 2025, and decided to look up the words. Blossoming. When it comes to people, it speaks to healthy development, becoming more successful and confident. Resilience, the ability to adapt successfully and bounce back from difficult experiences. Those two words describe powerful attributes that we all strive for. Together, those words can create a foundation of academic achievement and excellence. As a community college student, I know the words are easy to speak, but a little more challenging to obtain. It takes time and determination. Some of you have to find study time while working full-time. Others have to navigate and balance the challenges of being a student parent or caregiver. And there are those who may experience housing and food insecurity, all while waiting for that financial aid check or that EOPS grant. New academic expectations that include asynchronous classes, 100% online curriculum, or just understanding how AI fits into academia can provide further confusion and sometimes isolation. Through all of those scenarios, you have persevered. Through it all, you have bounced back from difficult experiences and exhibited academic excellence. Class of 2025, we see you, we applaud you, and we celebrate you and all that you've accomplished. No matter where you go and what you decide to do from here, please remember the foundation of academic achievement and excellence that you have experienced at Berkeley City College. Remember the classified professionals who supported you and gave you a helping hand throughout your academic career here. Take care of your mental health. Don't fear the unknown. And remember to keep blossoming in resilience. Congratulations! Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona Butler. At this time, please help me welcome your ASBCC President, Hamali Casey.
Good morning, class of 2025. Congratulations to each and every one of you. We've come a long way to be here today, and I know that your journey hasn't been easy. As transfer students, we understand what it means to start from scratch, take big risks, and step into unfamiliar territory. Before finding my footing at Berkeley City College, I was enrolled at a state university. Like many first-gen students, I entered college unsure of how to navigate higher education. I chose a major I wasn't fully passionate about, felt disconnected from my classes, and struggled to find a sense of belonging. I knew I needed a fresh start, a place where I could recenter my goals and reconnect with my purpose. That decision led me to community college. If there's one thing I've learned during my time at Berkeley City College, is to stop fearing regret and instead let it guide you. When I arrived, I was afraid I wouldn't fit in, but I was quickly welcomed by both faculty and students, and I found what it meant to be a part of a true community. I used to hesitate to share my story, unsure of how much space I was allowed to take up. Slowly, I met people who helped me open up and encouraged me to lead with confidence, reminding me that vulnerability is a form of strength. I've had the privilege of serving as a student ambassador and as president of the Associated Student Body. I was honored to advocate for student equity resources, host district-wide events with colleges like Laney, and help others navigate the sometimes overwhelming world of higher education. I even got to record a podcast segment, one of my most fun and unexpected experiences at Berkeley City College. These are opportunities I never imagined having, and I'm proud of how far I've come, thanks to all of the people who believed in me. To be honest, my academic journey hasn't been as perfect as some might assumed. I've been let down, faced academic challenges, and even experienced my fair share of quiet resentment and friendship breakups. But I've learned that setbacks aren't the end. They're often just life redirecting us towards kinder people and something better. Some of us are still figuring out our next steps, and that's okay. What matters is that we keep moving forward even when the road isn't clear. Taking the risk to grow and change is a strength we should all celebrate. As we move forward, remember, the only person you need to compete with is who you were yesterday. Your spark is yours entirely. And while life might try to dim it, never forget how brightly you can shine. I want to take a moment to thank those who lent me their light when mine felt dim. To the two amazing girls in my biology class who made me laugh through some of my toughest weeks. to my mom, who always had warm meals waiting for me after my 9 p.m. labs, and to those of you who saw me, included me, and took the time to learn small details like how to spell my name. And of course, to my partner, who despite being miles away, have supported me through every academic and personal challenge over the past 4 years. I wouldn't be here without all the peers who have impacted my journey, whether your impact was big, small, positive, or even difficult. Since I've learned to stop being afraid of letting people get to know me, I'll leave you with a fun fact about myself. My favorite flower is the lotus. Why, you may ask? Because it reminds me of so many of you here today. The lotus blooms from the murkiest waters, yet emerges clean and whole. It's proof that beauty, strength, and resilience can grow even in the most unexpected situations. If you've made it here today, if you've led with kindness, held on to empathy, and competed only with yourself, you've already succeeded far more than anyone else can measure or define. Class of 2025, keep going. You've already proven you're not afraid of blooming into new beginnings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Casey. And thank you for leading your classmates with such courage and such poise. Now is a surreal moment for us here at Berkeley City College. It's a full circle moment. It's one of those things instructors, classified professionals, administrators, it's something that we dream about. Now, I am pleased to introduce our keynote speaker, City of Berkeley Mayor Adina Ishii. Adina Ishii is the first Asian American and first woman of color to serve as mayor of Berkeley. That's right. I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Her professional experience is rooted in her work as a nonprofit consultant, collaborating with organizations on staff engagement, organizational development, team building, and group facilitation. Mayor Ishii grew up in Southern California and was actively involved in the Japanese American community through traditional Japanese dancing, Nihon Buyo. Her identity as a Japanese, Chinese, and Indian American allowed her to learn about Asian American history, which instilled within her a strong sense of justice. Mayor Ishii later moved to Berkeley and began her studies at Berkeley City College, where she became involved in politics, advocating against budget cuts to education. She would go on to become the youngest and first woman of color elected president of the League of Women Voters in Berkeley, Albany, and Emeryville. That's right. Working to unite the community by strengthening democracy, engaging voters, and advocating for common sense politics. Mayor Ishii transferred from Berkeley City College to UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business, and later graduated from Santa Clara University School of Law. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Mayor Adina Ishii, one of our very own.
Wow. I have to say that speaking at this graduation feels actually more powerful somehow than my swearing in. Something about being here with all of you just gives me so much joy, and I have so much gratitude. I want to just start by saying congratulations, class of 2025. As a proud alumna of Berkeley City College, it is absolutely my honor to be here. And also I want to say today is a day not just for celebration, but also for reflection. So I want to just give you all a minute just to think about how you got here today. This marks a special moment in your life. I want you to think about all the people who have supported you, helped you along your way, the professors who taught you, the counselors who guided you, your friends and family who cheered you on. They're all a part of your success and all a part of your story. How many of you are first-generation college students? So many of you, congratulations. Today's theme is blooming in resilience, and this is a theme I feel particularly connected to. I was also a first-generation college student. Neither of my parents had graduated college. And growing up in Southern California, going along with the theme, things were not easy. From a very young age, my father was impacted by early onset dementia, and it meant that I started working from about the age of 10. I did everything from babysitting to tutoring, walking dogs, cleaning houses. I've done almost every odd job that you can possibly imagine. And it really took me away from my education. I ended up leaving high school in the middle of 10th grade, and I just want to let that sink in a little bit. 10th grade is really the time that, there's a lot of transition in people's lives. I never got a chance to take government, and here I am, mayor of Berkeley. Thank you. I decided to leave high school in 10th grade. I ended up going to community college in SoCal, and I worked. Like many of you, I was working many jobs, trying to make things work, and finally I realized that I needed to focus on education. It had always been my dream to come up to UC Berkeley and go to the Haas School of Business, so I decided that going up to Berkeley City College was going to be my path to do it. Unfortunately, I picked the middle of a budget crisis and a crisis of huge scale that really impacted our educational systems. I ended up getting involved in politics, this path that I never saw for myself, helping to advocate and organize budget cut rallies up to Sacramento. I got involved with the League of Women Voters. I took political science classes with Professor Matthew Freeman, who's here today. And really learned that I had caught the politics bug. It was not something I had imagined for myself, and BCC really provided that journey for me. As was said, I ended up going to UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business. I got involved in politics. I was a consultant. And here is another story I really want to share with you all today, is around my run for mayor. So again, someone who was a first-generation college student, someone who went to BCC, I honestly think that people had very low expectations for me and my journey. And when I decided to run for mayor, I was a total outsider candidate. I had never been elected to public office before. I didn't have the kind of money that most people need to run a campaign, but I had grit, and I had my community to support me, and I had values and issues that I cared about. And we took those values and those issues, and we made a really successful grassroots campaign of people from all over our city. And in fact, 2 of my fellows who were on my campaign, Tenzin and Kenny, are graduating here today. When you are running a campaign for mayor, it is not an easy thing. We knocked over 20,000 doors in our city. We talked to so many thousands of voters. I spoke at candidate forums and debates. I really put myself out there. And I think that what I want you all to take away from that is, first of all, have some bravery. In this journey that you're on, you all have so many opportunities that are available to you. It's so important that you don't let people limit you and what you're capable of. So many people told me that I could do it for my community, and there were also people who told me I couldn't. So I think it's so important that we make sure that we're always staying with our eyes on the prize, that we are sticking to our dreams, and we don't let people limit us. There are 3 lessons that I want you all to take with you as you graduate. One is that it's so important to advocate for yourself. You've done so much to get here today, And whether you're transferring, going to trade school, going off into your careers, it's so important that you make sure that you advocate for yourself because you are your own biggest cheerleader. Nobody else is going to be able to tell you what you're capable of, and nobody else is going to be able to push you the way that you can push yourself. Make sure that you find your community. Like I did at Berkeley City College, like I did at UC Berkeley, like I found in the city of Berkeley. Make sure that you find your community that's going to support you and lift you up and keep things positive, help you know that you're capable. And as I said before, make sure that you don't let people limit your potential because only you know what you're capable of. I want to say congratulations to all of you. I know that whatever life has in store, that you are going to do great things. Stay connected to this community, come back, serve Berkeley City College and our city. We need you out there in these difficult times when there's so much going on that's a threat to our world. Thank you all so much for having me today. It is an absolute honor to be here. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Mayor Ishii, to say we are proud is such an understatement. Thank you. Thank you for your vision, and thank you for your courage. We appreciate you. Now, it is my honor to bring to the stage some students who have demonstrated the theme for today, blooming in resilience. These are students who pushed through, who were able to overcome obstacles and challenge, to stare them down, and to succeed anyway. I would like to ask Moamina Ashkar, Ashley Philippe Campuzano, and Sean Williams to please come to the stage. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your courage, and thank you for your excellence. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for bringing so much to the college and for pushing through, even through difficult times.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I have the honor of introducing our valedictorian. Please join me in welcoming the Berkeley City College 2025 valedictorian, Valerie Shemeshkovich.
All right. Good morning, everyone, friends, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. Let's be honest. If someone had told me years ago that I would give a speech in English on a stage in California, I would have laughed. Yet, here we are. It is an incredible honor for me to stand here today, and I would like to start with gratitude to the professors who supported me and challenged me to think harder. I truly wouldn't be here today without you. To the counselors who patiently explained things to me like I was in the first grade, because sometimes I truly was. To the staff, the mentors, and peers who made Berkeley City College feel less like an institution and more like a home. Thank you. To my family, thank you for your endless support, for refusing to let me give up, and for reminding me what resilience really means. I love you. And to all of you, the class of 2025, thank you and congratulations. We did it. So, my path to this moment has been anything but typical. I came from Belarus, a country where a dictatorship turned universities into places of fear, where students were punished and expelled for speaking out. I was confused. How could a place of innovation and ideas silence criticism of the government? That's when I began to understand the true value of freedom of speech. I knew that truth was born in debate, but in my home country, there was no space left for it. After the 2020 protest for democratic change, my family had to flee, and I moved alone, first to Poland, then the Czech Republic, and finally to the United States. Each move meant a new language and a new system. I wanted to study, but immigration doesn't wait for our dreams. Before I got to BCC, I had already spent 3 years waiting to start college. 3 years working, surviving, and trying to rebuild my life, again and again. So Berkeley City College became the place where I could finally begin. I overloaded semesters, worked while studying, and pushed through uncertainty of immigration. It was exhausting, but for the first time, I had the freedom to learn, and more than that, I had the freedom to speak. But today isn't just about blooming despite adversity. It is about how all of us did it. And let's be real, resilience doesn't always look inspiring. Sometimes it's just surviving the week, showing up tired, submitting something late, studying with a baby on your lap or after a double shift. And honestly, I think it's normal to forget why we're doing all of this. Because the future can feel so blurry, and in the moment, we're not just always driven by a dream, sometimes it just needs urgency, even survival. But we kept going anyway. We chose the harder road, not to prove anything, but to stay honest, to stay true to who we are. And even if it didn't feel meaningful at the time, that choice gave something back. Berkeley City College became the place where that shift happened for me, where I stopped feeling like I was just trying to catch up and started realizing I had something to give. I became a volunteer and organized meetups for women chasing careers in tech, because I remembered how hard it was to take a first step. I built financial literacy project and turned it into a real app to support students like me. I started a tutoring program to help refugees learn languages, because I have been there myself. And not all of that came from inspiration. What I have learned, and what I hope we all carry with us, is this: your voice is your power. Protect it, use it, never hand it over just to fit in. If I had stayed quiet, if I had silenced parts of myself just to belong, I would have never found the path that led me here. Because nothing about my journey said I was supposed to make it. I crossed the borders, I switched languages, I started over more than once, and for a long time I felt behind, like I had missed some invisible deadline. Maybe this dream wasn't meant for people like me, but there is what I know now. There is no deadline on becoming who you are. Because when you follow your path, when you stand by it, even when it is slow, uncertain, or maybe different, you don't just move forward, you open doors for others too. So today I'll just say this: your story doesn't have to be perfect or polished to matter. It just has to be yours. What makes you different is what makes you powerful. Your voice is what will carry you. Don't let go of it. So, to the professors who made spaces for our voices, thank you. To the counselors and administrators who helped us navigate the chaos, thank you. To the friends who reminded us to be proud of how far we have come, thank you. To the version of ourselves who wanted to give up and didn't, thank you. Class of 2025, we bloomed, not because conditions were perfect, but because we refused to give up on who we are. So speak, even if it feels easier to stay quiet. Dream, if your dreams don't look like anyone else. And walk your path, even if it breaks the map. Congratulations, BCC, we did it.
Thank you, Valerie, for those words of inspiration. Thank you for being here, and congratulations to class of 2025. It's my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2025, Parsa Faraji Almudi.
Didn't expect that. Thank you so much. Good morning, faculty, staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Thank you all for being here. It's a strange feeling reaching the end of something that once felt so far away. When I first started here, I was not thinking about giving a speech at graduation, but I was just trying to keep up. Keep up with classes, with expectations, with the version of myself that I wanted to become. But slowly and gradually, through work projects, through office hours, through awkward icebreakers and unexpected friendships, something changed. We grew, all of us, not at once and not visibly, but we grew into thinkers, builders, leaders, and listeners. We found our voice, not just in essays or presentations, but in the quiet moments where we stood up for one another. Berkeley City College gave us the space to try, the space to fail, but also the space to begin again, to ask hard questions, and sometimes to just sit with our answers. Now, here we are, not just graduating, but moving forward with more than a diploma, with a new perspective. We're gonna leave with a new perspective, with a new purpose, and with a deeper understanding of who we are and what we're capable to achieve. So to my fellow graduates, I hope you just take a moment to soak this in. Let it be a reminder of how far you've come and how much is still ahead of you. We're not just leaving a campus, we're stepping into a world that needs our voices, our curiosity, and our courage. Whatever comes next, may we keep learning, growing, and choosing to show up. All that fully, honestly, and unapologetically. Thank you, and congrats to class of 2025.
I'm gonna miss Parsa. His smile greets us like every morning at the welcome desk. I'm gonna miss all of our student ambassadors. It's always bittersweet, but thank you, Parsa, and thank you, Valerie, and all of our speakers. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you.
Are you ready? Now is the moment you have all been waiting for, crossing the stage and the awarding of your degrees. Graduates, please remain seated and follow the directions of the staff members located in the aisles as you come forward to receive your degrees and your certificates. Family, friends, please keep the aisles clear for our graduates. You may take photos from your seats as your graduate crosses the stage and receives their diploma cover.
Miss Samantha Kirschnack, Certificate of Proficiency.
Danielle Wright, Child Adolescent Development.
Can't hear you. Where's level? Lorelei David, Education School Readiness, Certificate of Proficiency.
Lalin Cowder, Social Worker, Certificate of Achievement.
Alex Civilella, Studio Art and Art History, transferring to Columbia University School of General Studies with honors. Danielle Wright. Child Adolescent Development.
Michaela Miller, Studio Art Certificate, transferring to College of the Arts. Guinevere Gillespie, majoring in Studio Arts, transferring to San Jose State University.
Wanjin Mo. Biology, transferring to UC San Diego.
Eric Ibarra, Animation and Game Design, Associate's Degree for transfer.
Daniel Bird, Associate in Art for Liberal Art, Social Behavioral Science.
Yahaira Brito, AAT in Psychology, AA in Social and Behavioral Sciences, transferring to Sonoma State with honors.
Cameron Vafai, Liberal Arts, Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Jennifer M. Vasquez Gomez, Associate Degree in Science Business Administration, transferred to San Francisco State University.
Anna Rico, Business Administration, transferring with honors to San Francisco State.
Tristan Mott, Liberal Arts and Humanities, AAT.
Lidiana Trevino, Certificate of Achievement in Urban Study, honor, transferred to UC Berkeley.
Ethan Reed, Associate for Transfer in Business Administration, transferring with honors to UC Berkeley Haas.
Ethan Lee, transferring to UC Berkeley, completing his advanced computer programming, mathematics, and physics degree, and graduating with honors.
Vinny Garduno Reyes, Associate Degree in Science Business Administration, honor, transferred to San Jose State University.
Caitlin Wisdom, Associate Degree for Transfer in Business Administration, transferring with honors to UC Riverside.
Brian Ireland, completing his anthropology AAT, graduating with honors.
Mia Duenas Necoche, Associate in Art, Liberal Art, Art and Humanity.
Morgan Hayes, Anthropology, English, and Creative Writing, transferring with honors to San Francisco State.
Ananda Tamang, graduating with Arts and Humanities AAT and transferring to UC Davis, graduating with honors.
Bowder Chavez Jackson, Associate in Science, transfer Mathematics, honor, transfer to UC Davis.
Sean Williams, Associate in Liberal Arts and Behavioral Sciences.
Asante Nichols, completing her computer programming degree and transferring to UC Santa Cruz.
Kapita Chalagan, Associate in Science for Transfer, Mathematics, honor.
Parsa Faraji Alamuti, Mathematics, Physics, and Transfer Studies, transferring with honors to UC Berkeley.
Hamali Casey, completing her Biology and Sciences AAT, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Davis.
Valerie Simach-Kavis, Associate for Transfer, Economics, honor, transfer to UC Berkeley.
Danielle Wright, Child and Adolescent Development.
Akriti Bakrai, completing her Business Administration degree and graduating with honors.
Nav Rose Carr, Certificate of Achievement, Liberal Arts CHUG.
Gabriela Enriquez, Social and Human Service Work.
Yomna Ali, completing her Liberal Arts and Humanities and Psychology degree and transferring to UC Davis. Yay, Aggies!
Nathaniel Hunt, Associate in Art for Transfer Psychology, transfer to San Francisco State.
Mark DeAndre Smith Jr., Liberal Arts and Humanities.
Darion Moores, completing his multimedia animation and game design degree and that's it.
Deanna Craig has Associate in Art for Transfer Psychology, honor, transfer to San Francisco State.
Casey Santos, Associate Degree for Transfer in Art.
Kimberly McBride, completing her Liberal Arts, Behavioral and Social Sciences degree and completing with honors.
Yakaria Boadu, Certificate of Achievement, IGC, honor, transfer to San Jose State.
Mohammed Yusuf Daraji, Business Administration and Management.
Sayam Singh, completing his Communications degree, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Davis. Go Aggies!
Romy Intiriano, Associate in Art for Transfer Psychology and Certificate of Achievement Community Hall Worker, transfer to San Francisco State.
Lars Karcher, Associate Degree for Transfer in Mathematics, transferring with honors to UC Berkeley.
Ashley Hilliard, completing her Sociology Psychology degree and transferring to Cal State East Bay.
Aaron Scarborough, Associate in Art for Transfer Sociology and Associate in Art for Liberal Art, Certificate of Achievement, IGC, transfer to CHU East Bay.
Ilda Isabella Viveros, Associate Degree for Transfer in Social and Behavioral Sciences, Associate in Liberal Arts, and Certificate in Psychology Pre-Nursing.
Cypher Taylor, completing his History degree, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Davis.
Sarah Marin, Associate in Offer Transfer Child Adolescent Development, transfer to San Francisco State University.
Samantha Faith Castro Zapanta, Psychology, Liberal Arts, Social and Behavioral Sciences, and IGETC, transferring with honors to UC Davis.
Virginia Ramirez, completing her psychology degree and transferring to San Francisco State University.
Juliana James Sobon, Associate in Art for Transfer Digital Imaging, honor transfer to Cal State East Bay.
Danielle Thomas, Associate Degree for Transfer in Business Administration, transferring with honors to Cal State East Bay.
Tifa, completing her AA in Animation and Game Design, AA in Liberal Arts and Humanities, and graduating with honors.
Alexa Du with Associate in Art, Liberal Arts and Behavioral Science honor, and transfer to UC Davis or UC San Diego.
Sophia Estrada, Associate Degree for Transfer in Psychology, transferring with honors to San Francisco State.
Evelyn Deodanis, completing her psychology, sociology, and liberal arts degree, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Davis.
Say Braden, Associate in Art for Transfer Psychology honor, transfer to UC Santa Cruz.
Courtney Volk, Associate Degree for Transfer in Communication, transferring to Stanislaus.
Ariam Mayarunshi, completing his math AST, IGETC, and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Haban Yogu, Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration, Associate in Art for Transfer Economic, and Certificate of Achievement in Social Human Services Work Readiness. Honor, transfer to UC Davis.
Ava Bonson, Associate Degree for Transfer in Psychology, transferring with honors to Stanislaus.
Gracia Barajas, completing her Certificate of Achievement in General Business.
Brittany Barajas, completed Associate in Art for General Business.
Ariana Urias, Associate Degree for Transfer in Psychology, transferring with honors to Cal State East Bay.
Maria Sitlali Ibarra Alvarado, completing her sociology and psychology degree, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Ashley Felipe Campuzano, Associate in Art for Transfer Sociology and Associate in Art for Transfer in Criminal Justice, transfer to Sacramento State.
Federico Castillo, Associate Degree for Transfer in both Economics and Business, transferring with honors to UC Davis.
Deanna Elias, completing her Business Administration AAT and Economics, graduating with honors and transferring to San Francisco State University.
Paula Suarez Marino, completed Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration and Associate in Art for Transfer Economic, honor, transfer to University of San Francisco.
Kate Taylor Brennan, Associate Degree for Transfer in Child and Adolescent Development, transferring with honors to Sonoma State.
Savio Grace Flores, completing her Philosophy AAT, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Marco Ribeiro Arau, Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration, honor, and transfer to Law Wielding University of Berkeley.
Nahom Workna, Associate Degree for Transfer in Business Administration, transferring with honors to San Francisco State.
Samantha Cuevas, Child and Adolescent Development AAT.
Azine Hitoshi Chow, Associate in Art, Liberal Art, and Humanity, Certificate of Achievement in Legacy, Honor, and transfer to UC Davis.
Nayeli Farias, Associate Degree for Transfer in English, transferring with honors to UC Irvine. Aki Watanabe, Certificate in ESOL High Intermediate.
Nafat Limbanawan, Associate in Art, Liberal Art, Art, and Humanity, transfer to UC at US Bay.
Yu Wataang, Ang, Behavioral Sciences degree, and transferring to San Francisco State University.
Mimi Takai, Certificate in ESOL High Intermediate.
Fabian Albertin, Associate in Art for Transfer Communication, Honor, transfer to UC Berkeley.
Claire Spring, completing her liberal arts, social and behavioral sciences, and arts and humanities degree, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Jupiter Fetter, Associate Degree for Transfer in Biotechnology.
Safa Buado, Associate in Science for Transfer Biology, Certificate of Achievement, Legacy, Honor, transfer to San Francisco State University.
Alicia Corey, completing her liberal arts degree, psychology and sciences, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Maya Alford Hill, Associate Degree for Transfer in Film, TV, and Electronic Media, transferring to transferring to San Francisco State.
Thomas Ferner, completed in Associate in Science, Transfer Business Administration and Management, Honor, and transfer next year in 2026.
Marlo Gayton, completing his animation and game design, social and behavioral sciences, and multimedia arts degrees.
Tate A. Johnson, Associate Degree for Transfer in Animation and Game Design, as well as certificates in Animation Level 1 and Level 2.
Alejandra Martinez, completing Association in Social and Behavioral Science.
Johanna Hernandez, completing her liberal arts, social and behavioral sciences degree.
Briseida Tipton Hernandez, Certificate in Early Childhood Development.
Amy Naren, completed Associate in Art for Transfer, English, Honor, transfer to Cal State East Bay.
Alejandro Flores, completing his accounting certificate, graduating with honors and transferring to San Francisco State University.
Naila Butt, Associate Degree for Transfer in Psychology and transferring to Sacramento State University.
Ana Patricia Ramirez Alfaro, completed Associate in Art for Transfer, Child Adolescent Development, Associate in Art for Social Behavioral Science, and Associate in Art for Transfer Psychology, transfer to East Bay Cal State.
You can go. Taryn Alexandria Griggs, completing her mobile and web design certificate, graduating with honors.
Rosalinda Sanchez Kulkechikon, Certificate of Achievement ESOL, transferring to Cal State East Bay.
Aurelita Lambert Gonzalez, completed Associate in Science for Transfer, Film, Television, Electronic Media, and Certificate of Achievement in Video Art, High Honor, transfer to San Francisco State.
Dory Kong, completing her psychology certificate, graduating with honors, and transferring to UC Davis.
Valeria Covarrubias, associate degree for transfer in nutrition and dietetics, transferring with honors to San Jose State.
Valeria Melendez Capetillo, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Political Science and Associate in Art for Transfer Philosophy, honors, transfer to UC San Diego.
You can go to Anya Araujo, completing her political science degree, graduating with honors, and transferring to UC Riverside.
Julian Garcia, associate degree for transfer in psychology and sociology, transferring with honors to UC Davis.
Okay, top step, yay.
Vanessa Irene Foreman Vargas, completing her psychology certificate, liberal arts, social and behavioral sciences degree, mental health first aid, graduating with honors, and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Alicia Bell, completed Associate in Science for Transfer, Film, Television, Electronic, and Certificate of Achievement, IGC, transfer to UC San Diego.
Lisbeth Mendieta, associate degree for transfer in social work and human services, transferring to San Francisco State University.
Catherine Velasquez, completing her social welfare and human services certificate, biotechnology, and research certificate.
Kimberly Chavez, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Sociology, honors, transfer to CSU East Bay.
Victoria Silvestri, associate degree for transfer in analytical chemistry, transferring to UC San Francisco.
Ayendica Sandiford, completing her Associates of Science in Health Sciences and Social and Behavioral Sciences, graduating with honors and transferring to a nursing program.
Jean Kaida Bayonas, completed Associate in Art, Liberal Arts, Social and Behavioral Science, honor.
Anmol Kaur, social and behavioral science, associate degree for transfer with honors.
Sage Dalla, completing her English certificate.
Simon Peresian, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Political Science, honor, transfer to Georgetown University.
Aaliyah Becazela Sibanda, associate degree for transfer in business administration and liberal arts and social and behavioral sciences, transferring to Cal State East Bay.
Davida Brusa, completing his American Sign Language degree, graduating with honors.
Casey Unkis, Associate degree in Science for Transfer Business Administration, honor, transfer to UC Berkeley.
Lobsam Lungtok, associate degree for transfer in math, certificate in IGETC, transferring with honors to UC Berkeley.
Hamid Al-Gaiti, completed Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration, honor, and transfer to UC Berkeley.
Kenny Ko, completing his sociology AAT, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley. Tenzin Judne, completing his economics AAT, math, liberal arts, graduating with honors and transferring to UC San Diego.
Up to the top stair, you're good, Mama.
Judy Alexis Samaco Lopez, graduating with her AS in mathematics and sciences, and graduating with honors, and she's going into the Navy.
Wait,
Jennifer Cancia, completing her Business Administration Certificate, Economics, AAT, Liberal Arts, graduating with honors, and she's undecided with her transfer.
Don't let her go.
Lena Thatch, associate degree for transfer in film and TV, transferring with honors to UC Berkeley.
Lorna D, completing Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration and Associate in Art for Transfer Economic, honor transfer to UCLA.
Mohammed Akram, completing his Associates in Arts, transferring to UC Berkeley.
Jalen Williams, associate degree for transfer in social and behavioral sciences, transferring to Cal State East Bay.
Pierce Byrne, completing Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration and Associate in Art for Transfer Economics, transfer to UC Berkeley.
Jimmy Shu, completing his Physics AAT and Mathematics, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Davis.
Cheyenne Doxey, associate degree for transfer in psychology, transferring to San Francisco State University.
It's good. Victor Daniel Santiago Aquino, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Anthropology and Sociology, Associate in Art, Liberal Arts, Social and Behavioral Science, honor transfer to UC Davis.
Maria Fernanda Francini Marza, completing her General Business AAT, graduating with honors.
Marta Rivas Crespin, associate degree for transfer in behavior and social sciences, transferring to the radiology program at CCSF.
Juan Mendoza Ailon, completing Associate in Art for Transfer Economic and Associate in Science for Transfer Business Administration, honor transfer to UC Davis.
Jason Gonzalez Cardenas, completing his Business Administration Certificate and transferring to San Francisco State University.
Graciela Martinez, associate degree for transfer in sociology, transferring with honors to UC San Diego. Carolina Mesa Jarmilo, certificate of competency in ESOL advanced.
Joy Barker, completed Associate in Art for Transfer and Certificate of Achievement in Child and Adolescent Development, transfer to San Jose State University.
Anise Jones, completing her biology certificate, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Christina Bryant, associate degree for transfer in psychology, as well as the certificate of achievement, transferring with honors to UC Davis.
Katarina Rachel Fans, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Political Science, honor transfer to UCLA.
Ruben Isaias Jr., completing his liberal arts, social and behavioral sciences, and transferring to CSU East Bay.
Natalie Jasso, associate degree for transfer in psychology, CSU GE Breadth and liberal arts, transferring with honors.
Mahawis Akram, completed Associate in Art for Transfer Sociology and Associate in Art, Social and Behavioral Science.
Go ahead. Emily Franco, completing her Community Health Services, Social Work and Human Services certificate.
Babra Akram, associate degree for transfer in liberal arts and social and behavioral sciences.
Trent Taylor III, completed Associate in Art for Transfer, Film, Television, and Electronic Media, honor transfer to San Francisco State University.
Yazi Shilin, completing her sociology certificate, IGETSI, AA in Social and Behavioral Sciences, graduating with honors and transferring to UC Berkeley.
Nadia Maya Paniagua Flores, associate degree for transfer in psychology, as well as communications and social sciences, transferring with honors to the Industrial Organizational Psychology at CSU East Bay.
Iba Muleta, completing Associate of Science Transfer Business Administration, transfer to Cal State East Bay.
Marley Leaks, completing her Child Development AAT, transferring to San Diego State.
Congratulations, class of 2025. And now the fun begins. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Berkeley City College, it gives me great pleasure to present to you all the candidates for associate degrees and certificates, and we ask that you welcome them into the company of college graduates. By the authority vested in me by the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees and the Board of Governors of the State of California, I confer upon you the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate degrees for transfer, Certificates of Achievement, Certificates of Competency, Certificates of Completion, and Certificate of Proficiency. Please welcome back your valedictorian, Valerie Shemeshkovich, who will lead you in the turning of the tassels.
This is your part.
Okay. Fellow graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Oh, where's mine?
Okay. Excellent. And then we have the president.
Graduates, as you step into what's next, take time to thank those who believed in you, the ones who stood beside you through every challenge. Let your success reflect the strength of that shared journey. Live with intention. Make choices that allow you to stand tall and to look in the mirror with pride. You have a unique path, a purpose that you and only you can fulfill. Own it boldly. But don't rush to tomorrow just yet. Today is for joy. Today is for you and your loved ones to make beautiful memories of celebration. Go be great, class of 2025. This is your time, and it's only the beginning. Congratulations. Please remain seated until all graduates have exited the auditorium. Thank you so much for joining us today.